Have you ever noticed your relationship changing with the years, like a song you both loved that now plays a little off-key? What once felt like easy love and wide-open admiration can start to feel like friction, distance, or even quiet resentment. Many long-term couples go through this. It isn't a mystery. There are down-to-earth reasons it happens, and there are practical ways to turn it around. In this video, we're going to unpack why women's feelings toward their husbands often shift with time and, more importantly, how couples can face these changes together and build something stronger than what they started with. Stick with me till the end, because the right insight at the right moment can change the way you love, talk, and show up for each other. Before we dive in, a quick favor. If you're finding value here, like this video so it reaches more people who need it. If you haven't subscribed yet, hit subscribe and turn on the bell so you don't miss the next one. If you like this video, comment number 1. If you don't, comment number 0. Your feedback helps me make better videos for you. Now, let's begin. 1. Time passes and expectations shift. Early love is powered by spark and hope. You see each other in bright colours. The little things look cute. He tells the same story at dinner, and you laugh because his joy makes your joy bigger. He leaves his socks somewhere random, and you wave it off. You believe love will carry everything. As life unfolds, real life adds weight. Work gets serious. Money has its own moods. You add children to the mix, or new goals, new family needs, big choices about where to live and how to spend. The relationship that used to run on autopilot now needs conscious fuel. People also grow, and they don't always grow in the same direction or at the same pace. The trait that once looked attractive can start to feel heavy. The drive you loved can look like never being home. The relaxed attitude that made weekends fun can look like not taking things seriously when stress hits. Quirks stop being cute when there's a pile of laundry, a deadline, and a child with a fever. What changed? Not just life, but the expectation of what partnership should feel like. As we mature, we want more depth, not bigger gifts, better listening, not loud promises, real follow-through. Many women find that the patience they had for surface peace gets thinner. They want shared effort, shared planning, and honest emotional presence. They want to feel like they're walking side by side, not pulling a wagon while waving for help. There's also a bigger picture. Women today question roles that older generations accepted. Who decides, who carries, who holds the family calendar in their head? When that old pattern collides with a new sense of self, the gap widens. Time isn't the enemy. It just reveals whether you're growing together or growing on separate roads and hoping they meet. The couples who keep choosing each other do small maintenance often. They talk before it becomes a fight. They adjust when seasons change. They don't wait for a crisis. When that doesn't happen, tiny cracks turn into a fault line. 2. Roles change and the load gets lopsided. In a lot of homes, the list of tasks is visible, but the mental list is invisible. One person is thinking about appointments, permission slips, the pantry, school fees, birthday gifts, aging parents who needs a new pair of shoes, and how to stretch the budget until payday. On paper, chores might look even. In practice, one person becomes the default manager. That person is often the woman. Even when both partners work, the expectation that she will hold the family's emotional center and daily logistics is still common. It isn't about who cooks dinner on Tuesday. It's about who remembers that the school trip needs a packed lunch and who noticed that the last light bulb has blown. As kids grow, the labor doesn't vanish. It shifts. Fewer diapers, more homework, fewer bedtime stories, more late-night talks about identity, friends, exams, and fear. Add the needs of extended family, health appointments, a demanding job, and the constant hum of what's next. If a husband stays hands-off with this load, even if he is working hard outside the home, the imbalance grows clearer with time. She may stop asking because asking feels like one more job. She may go quiet because the only way to survive the day is to keep moving. That quiet isn't peace, it's survival. Over time, exhaustion turns into frustration. Frustration turns into resentment. Resentment turns into distance. She can start to feel single inside a marriage. When the person who loves you doesn't share the weight you carry, love starts to feel like work. If you're still watching and these ideas are landing, drop number 1 in the comments so I know you're here with me. Thank you for your time. 3. Intimacy changes, and no one says it out loud. Intimacy is more than the bedroom. It's the small touches in the kitchen, the look you share when a joke lands, the hand on your shoulder when you're stressed. But the bedroom matters because it's the place where the team becomes one. Bodies change, hormones change, energy changes. Many women navigate discomfort, dryness, fatigue, and a drop in desire that has nothing to do with love and everything to do with biology, stress, and sleep. Men face their own changes. Lower drive, performance worries, health concerns, heavy workloads that drain presence and patience. What turns a shift into a wound is silence. If no one names what's happening, each person starts making private conclusions. She thinks she isn't desirable. He thinks he is failing and avoids the topic. She stops reaching. He stops trying. Daily affection fades. Jokes get sharper. Eye contact gets shorter. The bed turns into a place of pressure or avoidance, not comfort. That distance doesn't stay in one room. It travels into the way you plan weekends, how you greet each other, how safe it feels to be honest. There's a way back. It needs brave conversation without blame. It needs patience, curiosity, and the agreement that intimacy is a shared project, not a test. This could mean doctor visits, learning new ways to connect, slowing down, rediscovering touch without a goal, and making room for laughter again. Rest helps. Respect helps more. When partners make space for each other's changing needs and treat intimacy like a living thing that needs care, closeness grows again. 4. Conflicts stack up and communication shrinks. At the beginning, you talk about everything. Later, you talk about logistics. Small issues don't get solved. They get stored. The cupboard gets full. After a while, one more small thing makes the door pop open and everything falls out. Many women say the pain isn't just the problem itself. It's the feeling of not being heard. You bring up a concern and get a shrug, a joke, or a half-promise that floats away. You repeat yourself because nothing changed. It turns into an argument about tone instead of a solution. Then you stop raising it because you're tired of the loop. Silence feels easier than another round. Avoidance looks peaceful from the outside. Inside, the cost is high. Unfinished fights become cold spots in the house. You walk around them. Trust fades a little. Tenderness fades a lot. You start to edit yourself. You save the real talk for a friend or a journal. Resentment grows roots. Not every conflict is big. It doesn't need to be. Repeated little hurts can do the same harm because they say the same message. My feelings don't count here. The cure is not long speeches. It's simple, steady habits. Don't interrupt. Reflect back what you heard. Offer one clear action. Keep the action small and do it. Check in later. Build a track record. If you don't know how to do this alone, get help early. Waiting until the fire is ablaze to buy a fire extinguisher is a bad strategy. If you're still here, comment number 2 so I know you're following along. 5. Personal growth wakes up. A lot of women hit a season where the noise quiets just enough to hear their own voice again. Kids become more independent. The job is stable or changing. A birthday with a round number arrives, a parent gets sick, a friend passes. Life raises a mirror and asks gentle but hard questions. What do you want now? What have you postponed? Who are you when you're not managing other people's needs? This kind of reflection is not selfish, it's healthy. It's the soul checking in. Sometimes it leads to a new hobby, study, travel, volunteering, a career switch, or a smaller shift like protecting weekends or morning walks. Growth is good, but it creates tension if a partner is stuck or disinterested. If she is expanding and he is not, the space between them can feel larger. If she is learning to ask for what she needs and he keeps saying, "What's the problem? Everything is fine," she feels alone in a room full of people. The invitation here is to grow as a team. Not the same goals, but a shared attitude. Cheer each other's projects, celebrate effort, not just outcomes. Make room in the schedule for both people to have a life beyond chores. Pay attention to the spark returning to her face when she talks about the new thing. That glow benefits the whole home. 6. Bodies and attraction evolve. Attraction is not only about looks, but looks are part of being human. Time leaves marks, skin changes, shapes change, energy shifts. This is normal. What hurts is when the affection that used to feel obvious now feels rationed. Fewer compliments, fewer casual touches, fewer moments of playful closeness. When a woman no longer feels seen by the person who vowed to see her, it cuts deep. She starts to second-guess herself. She might overwork to earn affection. She might shut down to avoid the sting of disappointment. If her husband is also wrestling with his own body changes and confidence, both end up on separate islands, waiting for the other to build the bridge. Here's the bridge. Speak warmth out loud. Not a script, not flattery. Specific words about what you notice and cherish. Small touches in passing. A longer hug. Eye contact that lingers. Shared walks, shared music, shared silliness. Health habits done together because feeling better in your body lifts the whole connection. Attraction grows in soil made of kindness, curiosity, and shared fun. It isn't only about mirrors, it's about the climate you create. If you're still here and these points are useful, drop number 3 in the comments so I know you're with me. Thank you. 7. Money stress creeps into everything. Money is practical, but the emotions around it are huge. Bills, plans, emergencies, dreams, family needs. It's easy to get out of sync. One person wants to save, the other wants to breathe and enjoy the present. One person fears risk, the other fears regret. Debt adds pressure. Kids' needs don't wait. Prices rise. Retirement looks far and then suddenly very close. If one person carries the spreadsheet and the late-night worry, that person starts to feel alone. If the other person responds with, "We're fine," without a plan, trust drops. Money fights are rarely about numbers only. They are about safety, freedom, control, and fairness. Couples who handle this well don't pretend everything is okay. They set simple systems, meet weekly for 20 minutes, make decisions out loud, and protect a little joy in the budget so life doesn't feel like a punishment. If income is uneven, appreciation must be high. Contributions come in many forms. A home runs on more than paychecks. Give credit to the forms that don't arrive as a bank alert. When both partners see money as a team sport, blame has fewer places to hide. 8. Respect and equality matter more with age, not less. As years pass, patience for being minimized gets short. Women become clearer about what respect looks like in daily life. Not theory, practice, listening without rolling eyes, not talking over, asking for input before big choices, giving thanks for work that keeps the home running, protecting each other's rest, telling the truth kindly, keeping promises, speaking well of your partner in public, treating each other as full adults with needs, limits and dreams. Equality is not a 50-50 tally every day. Some days one partner gives more, but over the long line, the pattern should feel fair. If she keeps feeling like her words are last, her needs are optional, and her energy is expected but not honored, love drains out of the room. Respect is attractive. Equality is romantic. They create safety, and safety is what lets passion breathe. If you're still engaged, comment number 4 so I know you're here. 9. The pull toward change and new experiences grows. After years of routine, many women feel a tug to do something fresh. Learn a language, visit a new place, try a class, start a small business, redecorate a room, join a group. Read big books again, sit by the ocean with no plan. This is not a rejection of the marriage, it's a rebalance of the self. If a husband meets that desire with mockery or fear, she shrinks for a while and then stops asking. If he meets it with interest and real support, trust deepens. The home gets more interesting. The stories at dinner grow richer. The couple becomes two whole people who choose each other, not two half people clinging out of habit. If the desire for change keeps getting blocked, dissatisfaction grows into quiet anger. If it gets welcomed, it becomes fuel for joy. So, what do we do with all of this? We turn insight into small daily choices. No one fixes a decade in a weekend, but a week of better habits can shift the mood. Here are ways couples rebuild connection without waiting for a crisis to force their hand. Start with one honest check-in. Sit somewhere neutral, phones away. Ask each other 2 questions. What has felt heavy lately? What has felt good lately? Listen all the way through. Don't defend, don't fix yet. Just understand. When people feel heard, they soften. When they soften, solutions get simple. Share the load on purpose. Pick 3 ongoing tasks that live in her head and make them yours fully, not as a helper, as the owner. That means you track it, plan it, and close the loop without needing reminders. Trade if needed, but keep the spirit the same. The goal is not help. The goal is partnership. Make affection daily and low pressure. A 6-second kiss, a hand squeeze before sleep, a short shoulder rub while the kettle boils, a hug when you return home before any talk about the day. Intimacy grows in these tiny moments and makes the rest feel natural rather than forced. Schedule a 20-minute money huddle once a week. No blame, quick review. One small action. Celebrate any step forward. Keep it short so you don't dread it. Use the same time each week if you can. Create a growth budget. Time plus a bit of money for each person's personal projects. Even if it's small, protect it. When both people feel alive outside the grind, they bring that energy back home. Practice repairs quickly. You will still fight. The shift is speed and style of repair. Own your part. Offer one clear apology that names the impact. Ask, is there something small I can do right now to make this better? Then do it. Don't wait until bedtime to reach across the gap. Learn the other person's love language in plain terms. If she values words, send a text in the afternoon that says what you noticed she did. If he values quality time, sit with him for 15 minutes without multitasking. If acts of service matter, empty the sink without being asked. If touch matters, be the first to reach out when you pass each other in the hallway. If gifts speak, bring home something simple that shows you remembered. Rebuild play. Adults forget to play. Bring back music in the kitchen, a walk at sunset, a card game, a silly challenge, a shared show you only watch together, a puzzle on the table, a late-night drive with no destination. Play loosens knots that words can't untie. Guard the team in front of outsiders. Family and friends are important, but your partner should feel like you choose them in public. If your mother criticizes your spouse, set a boundary kindly but firmly. If your friend wants you to vent weekly without seeking solutions, change the tone. Protect the unit. Invest in health as a pair. Sleep earlier a few nights a week. Stretch together. Share simple meals. Go for a walk even when you don't feel like it. Bodies that feel a bit better have more patience. More patience makes everything smoother, including conversations that used to explode. Use tiny rituals, a morning check-in over coffee, a goodbye kiss at the door, a nightly "what went well today." Rituals sound small, they are glue. Speak appreciation out loud every day. Not only "thanks for dinner." Try, "I noticed you handled that call with such calm," or "I love how you light up when you talk to our child," or "I felt supported when you moved your schedule for my appointment." Specific gratitude builds a culture where both people feel valued. Address intimacy gently and with curiosity. If there's discomfort, see a doctor together. If there's anxiety, name it. If there's a mismatch in desire, look for a pace and pattern that works for both. Explore closeness beyond the act itself. Slow kisses, a bath together, lying down and talking while holding hands. Laugh when it's awkward, then try again. The goal is connection, not performance. Set a quarterly date to review the home system. What's working, what's not, what needs simplifying. Treat your household like a living project that both of you manage. Adjust, drop what no longer serves. Add what helps. Honor boundaries. Rest is not laziness. Saying, "I need 30 minutes alone," is not rejection. When both people can speak their limits without punishment, trust grows. Trust makes desire safer. Desire makes marriage warmer. Ask for help early if you feel stuck. A few sessions with a good counselor can speed up what might take years to figure out alone. It's not a failure, it's maintenance. Keep a shared hope alive. Plan something ahead. A weekend away. A family picnic, a small home makeover you'll do side by side. Hope is not a luxury, it's fuel. If you've stayed with me this far, thank you. You might be feeling encouraged, or you might be feeling tender because this hit close. Both are okay. Growth often begins when we finally call things by their real names. What matters is what you do next. Pick one small action today. Send a text. Wash the car together, book a conversation walk, move one task from her plate to yours, say one sentence of truth without anger. Those tiny moves change the weather in a home. What stood out to you most? Share one line that hit you and one step you're going to try this week. Your comment might be the nudge another couple needs. If this video helped, like it so others can find it. Subscribe and turn on the bell so you don't miss the next episode. If you liked it, comment number 1. If you didn't, comment number 0 so I can make a better one for you. You don't need a perfect past to build a good future together. You need willingness, small, steady effort, and a bit of courage to go first. When both people bring that, love changes shape, not depth. It becomes wiser, kinder, and more durable. The kind you can lean on when life is loud. The kind that makes home feel like a soft place to land.